Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. This is our take. We are your hosts. I'm Ocean.
I'm Taylor.
I'm Connor.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are finally all back together. We had our full crew working tonight. Thank you for joining us, Connor.
Thank
and
you for
tonight,
having me.
ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk to you guys about our take on Universal Studios' newest production, adult-oriented film titled Strays. This movie came out on August 18th, this past Friday, and we did a trailer reaction on this, and this movie kind of has a smaller intended audience, I would say. But yeah, we're going to talk to you guys about this movie and give you guys our thoughts in traditional fashion, as always. Before we get to that, though, Taylor's going to give you guys the rundown on who's in this movie, because you don't see any faces. Well, actually, I guess there's a few human faces.
Some.
But yeah, but go ahead, Taylor.
All right, so we got Jamie Foxx starring as Bug, Will Ferrell as Reggie, Will Forte as Doug, Isla Fisher as Maggie, good old Randall Park as Hunter.
Randall Park.
And that's about it.
Who's the...
Oh, we get a little cameo with Dennis Quaid.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. That's
which
hilarious.
was funny.
Yeah, that was a great part. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Spoiler-free content first, real quick. We'll knock it out. Let you guys know our general thoughts without spoiling the movie for you. Connor, what did you think about this adult-oriented film?
I like this movie a lot. I thought it was really fun. I thought they did a great job with like the voice acting, and it was overall really funny. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I laughed a lot out loud in the theater, so it was good. I enjoyed it. It was super fun.
Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you. I enjoyed it. There was a lot of funny parts. There's some there's some really funny humor, and it's always funny to watch dogs as like with human traits and human characteristics, you know.
Yeah.
And trying to navigate human type things through a dog's life, you know. It's always funny. Gave me very like Hangover meets Homeward Bound vibes kind of thing. And that makes for some really funny moments, but it also makes for me personally some moments that were just a little too far. Like just a touch.
I do think that it didn't need to be as raunchy as it was.
Yeah. It definitely got raunchy in some places, and it detracted from it for sure. It didn't absolutely kill it for me, but I'm kind of glad I went and watched this movie at like 10 o'clock one night instead of like carving out a section of my day to watch it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, Taylor, what about you, bro? What do you think?
This is a really funny movie. I think it is a great watch, but I do have some caveats to that, which I want to talk about in the spoilers. I do think it could be, I guess, less raunchy, but I feel like it for very like niche audience, that's kind of what it's for. There's some similar movies I will give that are similar to this.
Yeah.
But I think it's fine. It's not enough to like knock me out of the movie, but it definitely doesn't hold back.
For sure.
But it is really funny. I like the cast that they chose to voice act for a lot of these characters. I thought they did really well together, and you know, it's a dog like movie, so it was pretty funny. We'll say was not a fan of the fucking dad and two sons in front of me throughout this movie. Ooh. I don't know why the hell he brought them to this movie. They were just irritating the entire time. Mostly the dad, which is fucking weird.
Really? So bad movie experience, huh?
Wow.
I mean, it didn't ruin the movie for me, but it was just annoying. But I could separate the two.
That's always unfortunate. It's always unfortunate to have external factors that affect your movie
Yeah.
going experience.
But they were really young boys, and I don't think
Oh
they should have been
yeah.
watching this movie.
So real quick, ladies and gentlemen, this movie is not for young people. Like
Yeah.
I would
I
say
know it has dogs,
under
but trust
13.
me, there's a reason why it's rated R.
Yeah. Like I would say
Yeah, I
like
would say under 15.
under like
Yeah.
under 13ish. Like if you're not in high school or older, probably should not be watching this movie.
Yeah.
At least like definitely not without adult supervision and
Well, I
even
mean,
with his
you
kind
can't
of
watch it without, but
yeah, it was definitely
yeah, just in general, yeah. If you're a young,
probably
don't
not.
take them.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm eager to hear what your caveats are. There's just for me, it was just a few things that really detracted, and it's kind of like the whole movie they were tiptoeing the line, which is where a lot of the funniest humor comes from in society. You know, when you tiptoe the line. But there
Yeah.
was a few times where they stepped over the line a little bit, in my opinion, and then came back. They brought it back, but then they stepped over it again. You know, so
Yeah.
we'll talk about it. We'll get into it. Before that, though, scores, ladies and gentlemen. Give you guys a real specific number as to our liking. Taylor, why don't you go first, brother? What is your score for Strays?
So this is gonna sound weird because, like I said, I had fun with this movie.
Yeah.
Giving this a 6.
Wow.
I'll explain
Okay.
later.
No, I get it. All right. Because I think Uh, I might go 7 just because I really enjoyed the dynamic of a few characters. So I'll go 7. Um, yeah. What about you, Connor?
Yeah, I think I'm at a 7 because I think it's pretty solid. Um, I don't have a lot of complaints with the movie, and like I said, I had a lot of fun. Um, it was a little cringy because of how raunchy it got sometimes, but I don't think that made it a bad movie. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, it just makes it for
I
like
just
a
don't think
smaller
it's
Yeah.
audience.
like
It just
yeah, it's not like
narrows the
mind blowing. Yeah, it's
right.
just not like a ten. It's not like a fucking Oppenheimer or anything. So
Right. Alrighty. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen this movie, you should be able to find it at any of your local theaters. This is one that maybe take your significant other to for a fun night out, or
yeah,
like
or if you
for
like
me,
dogs,
I went and watched it by myself. I watched I watched a different movie before it, and then my wife wanted to go home with our son, so I stayed at the theater, and I ended up watching this movie by myself, and I had the entire theater to myself too. It was
oh, that's fun.
a big screen theater, and I had it to I had the entire movie theater
At
to
least you didn't
myself.
have to worry about annoying people
Yeah. So, and I could laugh whenever I
and not
wanted,
have
and
to piss
how
people off.
yeah, like I didn't have to control my laughter to not piss people off, which was nice. So
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, I would say like if you've already seen Blue Beetle and Gran Turismo, which should be out by the time this movie comes out or this video comes out, then go. I'd say go check it out. I mean, I don't think it'd be a waste of money necessarily. Just
No, yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of just your typical adult raunchy comedy,
yeah,
like from like I'm thinking
yeah,
like a Seth
Seth Rogen
Rogen
type. Yeah,
type of a movie, then this
yeah.
is
yeah,
up your alley.
It's
definitely
like
worth a watch.
it's like Hangover meets Homeward Bound with some sausage parties sprinkled in there here and there.
Yeah, or like super bad.
Yeah, or super bad sprinkled in there. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna serve as your official.
Spoiler alert.
All right. So, um, Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx dynamic. How you feel about it?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
I
about
thought
you,
it was really
Connor?
good.
I mean,
Yeah.
I love both of them. They work great together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super funny.
I'm not. I'm not traditionally a huge Will Ferrell fan. Like, there's certain movies that I like him in, and there's certain movies that I don't. And this brought me back to like Step Brothers level comedy and stuff, and I just enjoyed the dynamic between Jamie Foxx and Will Ferrell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this seemed to
it
me
worked
more of
well.
like the other guys, Will Ferrell.
Oh, you know what? That's a better.
Yeah.
Which is
That's a
another
better.
great
Yeah,
movie.
that's a better equivalent for sure. Yeah, I like that. Other guys, Will Ferrell. Yeah. But it was good. I enjoyed it. Um, the, let's talk about the parts that kind of just got a little raunchy. Just let's get them out of the way, and then we'll move on from there. So there's two specific scenes in my head that were just a little much. And the first one has to do with the after effects of the drugs in the forest. And they ended up accidentally,
You talking about the rabbits?
yeah, accidentally tearing apart a bunch of rabbits. So this is where, like, for me, the tiptoeing the line, right? Tiptoeing the line, it was funny that it ended up being rabbits instead of stuffed animals. But then when they started showing all the body parts of the rabbits all over the place, that took me out of it. Because then I was like, oh god damn, like that was gruesome. Like it just annihilated the family of rabbits. And then it became not funny anymore to me. It was just like,
Okay.
oh, okay.
I mean, I guess that makes sense to me because
Yeah.
I know you're not a big like gore.
Yeah,
Don't
I'd
like
say that
laughing
part
at
didn't.
gore.
Yeah, that part didn't really bother me as much. It was it was more like the jail scene
The
The
kind
poop.
of
poop.
thing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then just the giant like dog boner or whatever. It's
Oh, I
like,
thought that was funny as fuck, dude.
Okay.
I thought it was funny, but I was just like, I don't need to like see that and then watch shit all over the ground. You know what I mean?
I thought it would
I
be.
thought it was really funny.
I actually was hoping. I was actually hoping that it would have worked because it would have just been fucking
That would be ridiculous,
hysterical.
bro.
It would have been
Yeah, it was
hysterical.
yeah, it was funny.
Oh my god.
It was funny. It was just like after the whole thing,
There's just too
like
much at
with
once.
them, yeah, with them also
the
shitting all
shit,
over the
yeah,
ground. I was
yeah.
just like, okay,
Because there was
Like, if
some
they had just
pretty
done the-
nasty looking
Yeah.
shits, bro.
yeah.
I tried
if
not
they
to
had-
look at him.
Yeah, the shit part. Just I was like, okay, that's a little too much for me. But like, if they had just done like the dog boner and then like did something else, I would have been like, okay, cool. But like, yeah, right after that, just taking like massive shits and like some of them were like fucking
Real-
just
Yeah.
real
gnarly.
bad.
Yeah, real bad. And I was like, okay,
Yeah,
That's
I
a
mean,
little
I
too
can
much.
understand that
Yeah, I get it.
for sure.
The other scene that did it for me was the final fight with Doug. And like again, tiptoe, and then when they actually like bit the dick and shit, I was just like, oh fuck, I was not expecting that to happen. And
It's
then,
not like you see anything.
I know, but it's
Yeah.
just a thought. But when it comes to male genitalia, I'm very sensitive. I have a-
Okay,
I
I
have
wasn't
a-
expecting that one. Everything else
yeah,
makes
I wasn't
sense
expecting
to me.
that one.
I have a unique ability to empathize when it
I
comes
thought
to
you were gonna
male
complain about
genitalia.
him shitting on his face.
No, I didn't give a shit
That was
about
funny.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Doug.
Yeah. Doug is a
Yeah.
piece of shit. If you're the kind of if you're
I
like
mean, you're
Doug,
funny, but you're a piece of shit.
if you're like Doug, fuck you. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Literally.
For me, it was mostly just the jail scene. That was like too much for me.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I thought it was. What I was thinking when you guys brought that up was the jail scene.
Ah.
I didn't think about the rabbit thing, but that makes sense now that you said it.
It's just the visual part. Like, you know, like it was funny because, you know, they're on drugs. They found some stuffed animals in the
Is it my
forest.
human hands?
it was funny. I was like, oh my god, that's hilarious. And then when they were like, oh my god, we killed a bunch of rabbits, I was like, oh, that's kind of fun.
I knew that was gonna happen.
And then I was like, oh, that's kind of
As
funny.
soon as
And
they
then
went into the hole, I was
yeah,
like,
as soon as
okay.
they go in the hole, I'm like, oh boy.
I didn't even think of it. It didn't even come to mind that that was a
I
rabbit.
was like,
hole.
obviously, there's no stuffed animals in the
No,
forest.
hell
no,
Like,
I knew that. I just thought
anything
they
that's
were,
living in a burrow that's gonna be like a
I
rabbit
just
or
thought
a
they were
fucking
hallucinating.
squirrel
You
or
know,
something.
I just thought that I just thought that they were just imagining that they had stuffed animals,
yeah.
or maybe they had
Oh,
sticks.
they were. They definitely
Yeah.
were.
Yeah. And then it was funny. It still was funny when I realized it. But then they like did the wide shot of like the scattered carcasses of all the bunnies, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, but I
that
mean,
was just
if
a
you
little
look
too
at
much.
a, I don't know, like you could tell that they're just like practical effect, like fake.
I know that. I know that it was
I,
practical effects, but
yeah,
it's
it
just
just to me it didn't look real
it's
enough to be like, okay, it's you know,
it was real enough like from in my head.
Yeah.
Like I was able to
That's
yeah,
I get it.
that's
I'm able to
understandable.
see it, you know. So, but like you said, these things didn't like in my head didn't make it a bad movie. It
Yeah,
just kind of brought it
yeah,
down a little bit for me.
yeah. You're
So
also just not like a huge fan of like gore as much, you know.
that yeah. What is it about the movie that brought your score down to a 6, Taylor? Because you said it was kind of like a complicated
Yeah. So
dynamic.
comedies in general to me don't ever really score really high.
Hmm.
Like I don't think I would give a comedy movie like a 9 or a 10. Like
Okay.
ever.
Interesting.
Just because
Wow.
comedy movies, one, it's subjective. And
True.
then on top of that, they're not usually as deep as I would like a movie to be to score that high.
Okay. There's not enough depth to the story.
Yeah.
Got it. That makes sense.
So that already makes it like generally like around an 8 for highest score.
Okay.
The reason why I'm giving this a lower score is because to me, even though this was a great fun movie to watch, it is a one-time movie to watch, and I
Got
would
it.
never watch this again.
Yeah.
You actually brought up a perfect example, which I was going to use, which is a Seth Rogen movie, which is Sausage Party. The first time you watch
Yeah.
that, it is fucking hilarious. The second time you watch it, it is god awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is what this movie feels like to me.
Mm.
It doesn't feel like a Step Brothers, The Other Guys,
Right.
or something like that, where I can
Yeah.
rewatch it. It is still funny every time.
Yeah. I think
It's
there's
just
scenes-
a one-time good, like just one and
Yeah.
done kind of movie.
I think there's scenes in the movie that like I could watch as a clip and laugh again, but the movie as a whole, yeah, I don't think I'd
Right.
watch it again.
So that's why I give
Yeah,
it a
I
6. But
probably
I
wouldn't
do
watch it
recommend watching this movie because, like I said, it is really fun. It's funny.
That is that is definitely a good way to look at it. I didn't really think of it in that aspect of thinking to myself, oh, would I watch this movie again? Like
Yeah.
if you're flipping through Netflix and you go to the comedy
Right.
section and you see this movie, you're not clicking on it.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless it's like, I don't know, like 10 years later or something, and I like completely forgot about it. But even then,
But even
honestly,
then,
it's usually
yeah.
hard
Yeah.
because I'd much rather watch The Hangover,
Right.
Super Bad.
Yeah. The other guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense. I got what you're saying. Okay. What was your guys' what was the joke that stood out the most to you guys? Like when did you guys laugh the most? What joke was it?
The whole like the whole ending carnival scene.
Oh, the
I was
fireworks.
laughing- yeah, I was laughing really hard. Like
Yeah.
Oh, they're
the whole
freaking
that
out.
whole scene, yeah, from the like them running, like starting to run out of the carnival to them like trying to going to sleep was like that was like the funniest
Yeah, that was
scene
super
for me.
funny.
in the movie.
Can we pee on each other?
Yeah, we could be
Wh-
pee
Why?
PFFs.
PFFs, though.
PFFs, yeah. And then they're like
Oh,
trying to
man.
go to sleep, and they do like the classic dog. That fucking, I was laughing so hard when they're like, he's like
Oh,
Running
going around in
circle.
a circle, and he's
Yeah.
like,
Try
"Fuck, you
going
guys-"
the other way.
Yeah, he's like, you guys are fucking me up, and he's like trying to like find a fucking spot. This, and then the big dog with the cone on his head comes over, and he's just like,
it's just like
okay,
pop.
and he like swings his head over to get the cone over his body. I was like, okay, that's fucking funny, dude.
Yeah.
And
it
like
is.
they're like when he's stuck under the fence, and they're like,
You gotta go on at that.
You
way.
gotta go.
He's
It
like,
was
"I
like one
gotta
of
go
those
on
Bite
that
Doug's
way."
dick off for me.
It was
You're gonna do it yourself.
Yeah,
It
he's
was
like, we're
like,
gonna get you out of
um,
here. And then the girl dog's like,
when-
they have a bomb! like it's like brought out a fucking huge thing. It was so
That
funny,
was like
dude.
an unbearable weight of massive talent
Yeah.
scene
Yeah.
of when they're on the wall. He's like, "No, just go. No, I can't." Oh man, that was funny. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
for sure. That whole scene, the fireworks, the freaking narrating dog.
Yeah, the narrating.
like- Yeah, the
dog.
narrating
I'm the
dog
only-
is
I'm the
fucking
only one that
hilarious.
knows that Jim
He's
has
a
a
serial
serial
killer.
killer. He has 3
But I
bodies
guess no
buried
one
in the
wants to
back.
listen to me.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah,
What about
it
you,
was
Taylor?
fucking funny, dude.
That was a really great scene. Honestly, I know this is probably gonna bother you, but the boner to me was honestly super fucking funny.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Oh man.
Like just because they immediately like, what do we have that's like really long? And they all just like look at him and he's like, what? And then just whenever Maggie is, he's like, come on, Maggie, talk to him. Talk dirty to him.
Just imagine all of my nipples exposed.
All 8 of my nipples,
All 8.
rock hard.
Oh yes, I think that's working.
Yeah,
Just not
honestly,
even close.
my favorite character was the fucking big dog with the
Hunter?
gun on his
Hunter?
head. Yeah,
Oh
Hunter.
my god,
Hunter was
Hunter
great.
was the
Randall
best.
Park did a great job.
So fucking
Yeah.
funny, dude.
Yeah.
So funny. Like when
Speaking of which,
whenever
if you
they're
guys-
howling and he's just like howling.
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 I don't know how to howl.
I think my howling is getting better.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
my
it's
favorite
so
joke or my favorite moment, honestly, even though it was like 30 seconds, was the Dennis Quaid cameo. Because it's funny that like he's the Boston Terrier. You see it in the trailer where he's like, how could this day get any worse? And then he gets picked up by a fucking hawk and he's flying. And then Dennis Quaid is bird watching. And it's funny that Dennis Quaid is bird watching and he sees it and he's like, oh my god, that's crazy. But it's also super funny that he had a
On
book.
his book, it's just bird.
Oh my
that's
god,
funny.
it was so funny. Then he refers to himself in the third person too.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm Dennis Quaid. Oh man, that was hilarious.
You know what was so irritating when that scene came? Because the scene's great. The fucking dumbass dad in front of me. Like he comes on screen and I'm like, oh my god, it's Dennis Quaid. And he's like, is that Kevin Costner? I'm like, what the fuck,
my
bro?
God.
You're older than me.
Come on. They don't even look alike. Kevin Costner and
No, they're not even close.
Dennis Quaid.
Yeah.
Come on, that's pretty bad.
You're like, you're a fucking idiot, dude. Get out of
That's
this
pretty
theater.
bad.
Yeah.
I think that was my favorite. That's when I like laughed hysterically out loud in the theater. Yeah. What were you saying though, Connor?
What?
I don't know. You're saying something before.
Oh, about what? The dog? About Hunter?
Maybe I don't know.
Well,
I was gonna say, if you guys had to pick one, which dog would you guys pick?
Oh, which dog? Well, I'm picking Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter. Hunter's my
Hunter's the
favorite.
shit.
Well,
You guys are both
he was my
picking
favorite
Hunter?
character.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was saying earlier. Was that he's my favorite character?
I
He's
just,
fucking
like-
hilarious.
Reggie was great. Bug was hilarious. It'd be between Hunter and Maggie for me. I'm a big dog guy. I'm not a fan of small
Yeah.
dogs. Really.
I mean, I liked like based off of character, I would be between Bug and Hunter.
Yeah.
Based off of actual dog, would be Maggie
Yeah.
or Hunter,
Maggie's coat was phenomenal.
because she's a really
gorgeous
nice looking
dog.
shepherd.
Gorgeous dog.
Yeah. Hunter was just so
Gorgeous
fucking
dog.
funny, dude. Like almost
Yeah, he was
every
hilarious.
Randall
like
Park.
scene that he was in, I was fucking laughing. Like
They did really well with casting.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
Because
good
not
cast.
only was Jamie Foxx really funny as Bug, not only was Will Ferrell able to do his classic Will Ferrell stuff as Reggie, but Randall Park as Hunter was freaking hilarious.
yeah,
It was
I just
so
love
fun.
how
And
like
even
he was just
Maggie
a
was
giant
great.
pussy like the entire
Yeah.
time. He was just like. He's like, hey, you shouldn't talk to her like that. He's like, why don't you sit the fuck down? I'll do whatever I want. I was just like, what are you gonna do about it, fucking
Nothing.
pussy?
I'm
And I
gonna
was
go
like,
lie down.
nothing. I'm gonna sit the fuck down. He like sat back down.
I liked at the end too. He's
funny.
like, "Oh, I didn't know you felt that way. Well, I'm gonna go walk over this way and fuck your mom. Get out of here, loser."
That's
Yeah.
like the video of the two dogs.
Yeah.
What's your name? Tony.
Yeah, I love in the beginning when he's like having that interaction with that dog, and he's just like,
The dog park
Yeah,
scene
I'm
was
gonna-
funny.
yeah, I'm gonna go fuck your mom tonight. He's like, well, I think she's dead, but have fun with that.
It was
Hope you have
even
a good
funny-
time.
It was even funny in the dog park scene when Maggie's owner had the little chihuahua, and it like pans
Yeah.
over to the chihuahua. So like, and she told me to sit, and I just thought it would be cute if I turned my head like this, and then she like freaked out.
And she's like, I thought it'd be cute if I pretended to just not understand what she was saying.
Yeah. It was
So
so
funny,
funny.
dude. Yeah.
I really love digging. Okay, I'm not jealous.
I thought you said you liked digging.
I lied.
digging.
I hate digging.
Yeah, the whole carnival scene was like the fucking best scene in the movie.
Yeah, that was
So
probably the
fucking funny.
best sequence.
Like the fact that
of
they pan to the
events.
humans and like they're all just like standing and smiling and like the,
Yeah.
the fireworks are so soft and they're just like, wow, yay. And then
But
it
the
pan
dog,
back to the dog.
sounds
and
like
it's
a war.
Oh,
They're like, oh my god.
We're gonna die.
Yeah, we're under attack. And they're like,
They
running.
do a really good job of incorporating dog stereotypes
Yeah.
into the storyline and the humor and everything. Like even like you guys are saying, that when they go and they lay down, they do the little circles.
Yeah.
It's funny. And even like in the beginning when Reggie or Bug is giving Reggie the lowdown of how to be a stray, and he's like, rule number 1, whatever you pee on is yours. He pees on a lamppost.
Now that lamppost is yours.
Now you own a lamppost.
Yeah.
And then there's
And then at the end, he's like,
he's teaching him, and he's like, "Wait,
you can't
no,
pee
that's
on
mine.
that. That's mine.
So can I pee on this? No, that's mine.
Yeah.
Or when Bug was doing his little like solo thing, he's like, I don't need them. I peed on 2 houses and a fence. I'm
less than
3 years
under
old,
2,
and I'm
I
a
got
homeowner already.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I love when they're like talking to each other and they're like, how old are you, man? And he's like, oh, I'm 2. And he's like, well, I'm 3 and I've seen some shit.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of shit.
Like
Yeah.
they're like literally.
and then
not
when
even
she's
that
like,
far.
when they're all walking and Reggie's like, or Bug is like, have you guys ever got down on a girl dog? Or
You
never
guys
have
haven't
I
done
ever.
it?
They're playing Never Have I Ever.
You
And
just do it to your own
Hunter's
dick all
like,
the time. That's way different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
never have I ever gone down on a girl doll before. And they're like, what? Seriously? And then Maggie's like, well, I have. And they're like, what? And they're like, oh, I was
was in my
experimenting. I was
twos,
in my
right?
twos, guys. Come on.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, okay, the 2s.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, dude, the 2 scenes with the fucking mailman was so.
Oh
funny.
my god, the
That's
devil
so
in the
fucking
That was
sky.
funny.
They're like,
devil in
where's
the
the
sky.
devil in the
Fuck
sky?
you,
And
bitch.
they like see the fucking
I'm gonna fuck
billboard
you
for
up.
the USPS mail, and they're just like, you motherfucker, I can't believe you exist. It's
Look
like,
at the smirk on your face.
yeah, he's like, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
the
rip
end.
your head off and
Wow,
skull
these
fuck
little
you.
dogs have a lot of energy. Huh?
Yeah. It's so funny.
Oh.
And then when the mailman comes by at the house at the end and he's like, wow, these dogs have a lot of energy. And they're just
Yeah.
like, fuck you, never come back here again. And he's like, you smell like a million different houses and I can't trust
Can't
that.
trust
I can't trust it.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
That's what I mean. Like they do like the little things. They do
Yeah.
a really good job of like inserting these little things that just make you think to yourself, "Oh my god, yeah, that's what a dog would say. That makes total sense."
Yeah. So funny, dude. Yeah. Overall, I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, it
funny.
was. It was really
It-
I
fun.
haven't
I think
laughed
you-
out loud in a movie for a little bit. So that was.
I think
that was
you
nice.
I think you hit it on the head, Taylor. I think you nailed the perfect description of this movie and the description of it was funny and it has a small target audience, but it's a movie that once you see it once, you never need to watch it again. So
Right, and there's nothing wrong with
no,
that.
not at all. Not at all. There's a market for those movies.
Yeah, I just wanted to
No, I
say
think
that 'cause-
but that's what I mean. I think you hit it on the head. I think that's a great description for this movie.
Yeah.
So,
For sure.
yeah, man. I'm super stoked to be back, gentlemen.
yeah, it's good to have you back.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, good to have you back.
I know I already talked to Taylor about this in a previous episode, but I just wanted to say thank you again, Connor, for covering for me while I was gone, and thank you to you guys that have been sticking around with us and enjoying our content and interacting with us. We're trying some new stuff here, and we're trying to get you guys more and more content. So, the more you guys let us know what your thoughts are on the stuff that we put out, the better. We'd love to hear from you guys. We'd love to interact with you guys down in the comments. We did a month-long series in July of older movies, and they're pretty successful. So maybe we might do something like that again.
Yeah.
But we want to hear you guys' thoughts of what you guys want to see, what you guys want to hear. And,
Please leave a comment down below if you want all of us to join in for Studio Ghibli Fest
ooh,
and watch as the movies celebrated.
Yeah,
yeah, that'd be
for
cool.
sure. That's going on till September, I think.
All right. Well,
But
gentlemen, thank you guys.
real quick,
Appreciate it.
speaking
Yeah, go
of
ahead.
comedy movies, I don't know if you guys want to go see this together, since I believe I'll be back for
Oh.
in time for this to come out. But you guys remember Black Dynamite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so there's another movie by the same guys coming out called The Outlaw Johnny Black, and it looks fucking hilarious.
Do that shit before I enter the room.
Yeah, so we should definitely go watch it, because it looks like it's like Dynamite, like Black Dynamite, but a Western.
Yeah.
It looks fucking great. So
If you
Already
guys didn't
tracked.
know, ladies and gentlemen, pretty soon Connor will no longer be a mystery head on the TV.
yes, I will actually
He
be
will
there.
be here
At the table.
in person at the desk. It's gonna be
Hopefully,
awesome.
if my plane makes it, we'll see.
Yeah, you do have to fly over an ocean, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see how good Spirit Airlines is at keeping the plane in the air. We won't, we can't tell until we're there. So,
Alrighty, thank you, gentlemen, for joining me on this episode. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you. We really appreciate all the love and support you guys have been giving us. Thank you guys. Please like, subscribe, comment, share with a friend. Check out our social media as well as the other shows here on Any Kind Media, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode.
Bye, guys.
bye, guys.